Welcome to the devotion time today. I want to speak to you about a refreshing that comes in the middle of the race of life. In Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses." Now who are those witnesses? Those were people who had run the race before we have, the great men and women of faith, those who had walked with God for many years in the Old Testament. And it says, let us now lay aside the sin and the weight that so easily clings to us. And then it says, let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. So how do you run with endurance? How do you run the race that God has given you to run in this life? Well, first of all, one of the things that I learned and when I began to run and do some marathon training was that in every marathon there are refreshment tables. And if you don't stop to be refreshed in the middle of the race, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to become dehydrated, and that's one of the most dangerous things that can happen. So you need a daily refreshing that comes from the presence of the Lord. And so as we begin these times of devotions, I want to encourage you to begin to seek God every day for a renewing, a refreshing of your heart. There have been 3 times in my own life where there were major times of refreshing, where God came and ministered to me. But one of the things that I've discovered is that in a certain way, God wants to refresh us every single day. And that's the purpose of these devotions, is that you might have a time where you sit alone and you drink from the waters that flow from God's throne. So I want to encourage you to make this a part of your lifestyle, not just running the race, but taking time to stop at God's refreshment table and be renewed in your heart. Let Him renew your mind, your spirit, your soul, your body. And as you do that, you'll see God do great things in your life. You'll have strength to run, not just for a short while, not just a mid-distance. You'll be able to go the whole way. One of the things that I've discovered in my own life, it's these times of refreshing in the presence of the Lord that gives me the strength to keep going and to finish the race and run to my full potential. What I want to do when I finish this race is know that I've run to my full potential. And to run to your full potential, you've got to be refreshed along the way. So make this a habit every day, stopping at God's refreshment table.